morning, everyone. It's Dr. Cortes. So today, for this subject research, we're going to annotate, discuss yung work of some of the groups for Chapter 1. So Chapter 1 is from Introduction to Definition of Terminology. So hindi naman lahat ay makikritik natin today. Yung mga ano lang, I based my discussion doon sa mga first in, first out, no? First come, first serve. Kung sino pinaka nagsasubmit. So last week kasi, I already discussed yung work ng Group 1 and Group 3 last week. So today naman, we're going to discuss yung work ng dalawang group. So hindi ko na isasama dito yung Group 1 and 2. Hindi ko na isasama dito yung Group 1 and 3. So ngayon, ang didiscuss lang natin ay yung work first come first serve kasi, no? Yung grupo nila Pingoy, nag-submit sila ahead of the other groups for Chapter 1. At yung grupo naman nina Samantha Barker, that's group number 4. Yan. So we have two groups to be discussed today. Yung sa ibang grupo naman, you also listen, you also watch this one kasi yung errors again ng groups 2 and 4 might also be your own mistakes or errors. Kasi minsan, yung mga errors sa ibang grupo, pare-pareho lang naman kayang errors minsan. So I will go to the first slide, the title page of the group. Pag yan ay PDF, hindi ko siya ma-edit na. So you listen up. Parents as play partners. I can check if this one is naka 14 font. Hindi kasi naka MS Word eh. Okay, tama to. Inverted pyramid. Research in education. Natin ka ng header. In October 2026. Let's go to the introduction. So, yung kanila intro, tama. So, again, ang kulang dito sa kanila. Tulad ng errors ng groups 1 and 3 last time. Wala silang opening paragraph. So, lahat ng ating mga chapters, you should have an opening paragraph. Chapter 1, 2, 3, opening paragraph. Example, dito sa opening sa chapter 1. There should be an opening paragraph dito. For example, very short one. This chapter discusses the introduction, the theoretical framework, the conceptual framework, objective, the SOP, the definition of terminology. So basically, ang opening paragraph is you will introduce yung laman, the content of your chapter 1. Sa unahan ng introduction to, a very short one. And you write the introduction. So introduction should be macro to micro perspective. Sabihin, global to local perspective. So the first few paragraphs should be discussing about the global perspective about the topic. So wala ditong makikitang local, no? I don't know if this one is paragraph. Pag paragraph ito, hindi siya naka-indent. Okay, and page mo sa kanila, 31 pages. Beard and Thompson. So the citation is correct, 2021. So itong kanilang citation is foreign authors. So definitely itong kanilang first few paragraphs are global perspective. But I cannot check if this one are paraphrase already. So group number 2. Be sure that these are paraphrase or rephrase already. Of course, you can use different tools to rephrase, like Quillbot, Grammarly, or Turnitin or other tools na pwedeng gamitin. One important way. So this one is ano na to, local perspective na. Kasi meron din ditong citation galing from DepEd. Sabihin, wala na siyang halong foreign authors. Pero dito, may halo na naman. Yong and Fong. This one is local perspective. So the length of their opening para or introduction. Okay, mahaba rin ka lang introduction yun. Mga 3 pages lang ang intro, okay na yon. Dito sa kanila parang 7, parang 6 pages na eh. Kanilang introduction. And the next, the background of the study. This one is correct. Meron kang ample enough space before writing yung next subheading. Yan. Tama lang yung spacing dito, naka-triple. And sa yung BOS or background of the study. First paragraph is the problem or the issues or the background or the history. And second paragraphs are the significance, the problems. Then sa iyong last paragraph ng iyong POS is the output. So far I know this space is for the output, no? Itong space nila dito is allotted for the output kasi wala pang output ng study. So dito nila ilalagay yung output ng kanilang study. Kaya may space dito siguro. Then after that one, you have the theoretical framework. So kabilang theory ay yung parental involvement. Theory ni Epstein's. So dito guys, no, pa-revise to, no, itong title na theoretical framework is now written above. Sa taas na natin lalagay yung yung figure number and the figure title should be written above. The figure, dati kasi sa ilalim to nilalagay eh, but now the title number and figure number and the figure title are written above the figures. So tulad din ng sa pag nagsusulat ka ng table, the title of the table should be written above the table. The table number and the table title should be written above the table. So tulad din ng ng pag sa figure. So you can revise this one, palipat sa taas. Okay, so let's go to the next one. So important dito, bawat box ng yung TF should be discussed, no? And you should discuss anong relation ng inyong theory sa inyong study. Yan ang important dyan. So bakit ito ginamit nyo? Why did you anchor your study sa Epstein theory? So ilagay dito yung ang ilagay dito guys, yung figure 1. Anong title ng figure na to? This one is the Epstein theory, di ba? So ilagay dito figure 1, Epstein theory sa taas. Okay? Okay, let's go to parenting. Ayan, parenting. So, box number 1, parenting is discussed. Ang discussion dito, connected dapat sa inyong study. So, you have how many boxes? You have 6. So, you have 6 paragraphs of discussion, communicating, volunteering, so you have the discussion. Okay, so that is the theoretical framework. And next one, so bakit may space dito? I don't know if you are going to add more dito sa space na to. So don't leave space. Dire-diretso lang ito na itong conceptual framework. Itaas nyo. So itong paragraph na to, okay? Ilagay nyo dito. Kung itong space ay hindi nyo naman gagamitin, sayang space, So right here, ito. Itataas itong conceptual framework, para yung inyong buong page is allotted for your conceptual framework. So the same thing, yung title, the figure number, the figure title should be written above the diagram. So sa taas ulit ilalagay. Okay, so figure 2, paradigm of the study. Ililipat sa taas to. At ang inyong output, enhancement. So yung output isa lang, Output niya pwedeng ito na lang enhancement of parental involvement. So what are you going to do? Policy, guideline, proposal, proposition. Pwedeng output nyo dito. Itong recommendation, hindi ito output, Hindi siya output. Ang output kasi yung talagang pinaka-finished product ninyo. So recommendation ay gagamitin nyo to create the output. So mayroon pang mas huli dito. So ito yung proposal. Example, your output should be propose enhancement of parental involvement. Ganon, or policy for enhancement of parental involvement. So dapat concrete yung pinaka-output. I-proposal, i-proposition to enhance parental involvement. A policy, ganun yung output. Okay, so let's go to so bawat box dito should be discussed. Example, input box, process, output. So this one is input box. You have the process box, the output. So be sure na ito ay connected na mamaya na-copy lang to. Tapos hindi naman sa connected doon sa figure ninyo. Okay, that is correct. You have the feedback. The feedback is from the output box going back to the input. Ibig sabihin, yung output nyo, we can be revised by putting in revised or additional input. So, circular siya. Then, after the paradigm of the study, the objectives of the study, so the purpose. Now, you can put in SOP, sabi ko last time, di ba? You can write SOP kasi minsan yung panelist naghahanap ng SOP. So again, madaling gawin ng I don't know if you have revised already in yung objectives na. Siguro na-revise yun na rin. Objective 1 will become your SOP number 1. Example, to show the demographic profile. So gagawin mo siyang what are the demographic profile as your SOP. So if you have how many SOP dito? You have 8. You have 6. You have 5 SOP. Sa inyong last objective is to enhance to this one should also be your last SOP. Sorry. Your last objective should also be your last SOP. So convert this into a pronoun, a interrogative, a question pronoun. How do you enhance and formulate recommendations? Then how dito for your SOP. And your number 5 or SOP should also be your output of your study. Ano nakalagay dito? Ito yung nakalagay sa inyong output box. Okay, and check natin. You should have 8 or 9 indicators. Meron kayong Likert. So pwede pa magdagdag ng kasi 5 lang yung inyong question. Merong demographic profile. Tinkan ko natin kasi inyong sa inyong title. Okay. Okay. And going back to your question. Tips. Okay. Parents play partners to show Okay, so magdagdag ng isa pang dito. Ng isa pang question o dalawang question, no, para maging 7 ang inyong questions. Magdagdag kayo na dito ng isa pang question. Hindi ko masulatan PDF. Magdagdag dito ng question na what are those engaging activities? Ayan. Kasi baka maghanap yung panelist, no? Wala makita dito What are those engaging activities? Ano yung mga activities engaging para sa mga children? Ilagay dagdag nyo dito. So, mga 9 indicators din. Tapos ano na lang siya, multiple response na lang siya kasi meron na kayong Likert, no? Multiple response about what are those engaging activities for children. Ayan, no? So idagdag niyo dito. And another question to be added. Ano naman to? Magdagdag kayo ng isang qualitative question. Pag qualitative, wala siyang choices. Tandaan nyo group number Gawin nyo siyang so magiging 7 ang inyong question, Gawin nyo siyang question number 6. Yung kaninang binanggit ko, what are the engaged activities? Gawin siyang question number 5. Din question number 6 nyo, magdagdag kayo ng isang qualitative para quali-quanti ang inyong ang inyong study. Pag sinabing qualitative, wala siyang choices. Yung mga respondents ang magbibigay ng sagot. Qualitative, number 6. Yung qualitative number 6, ganito, what are the recommendations naman? What are the recommendations of the parents para mas engaging yung mga activities? O yan, that is, wala siyang choices. That is number 6. And number 7 nyo, itong to enhance, this will become your number 7. So you have 7 objectives and you also have 7 SOP. So pag i-jive nyo lang yung SOP and objectives. Let's go sa scope limitations. Important dito yung population. Sino ang population ninyo? Example, Quezon City ba kayo? So anong lugar sa Quezon City? District 6, Quezon City. Then, ilagay dito yung period covered. First sem of 2026-2027. Andito ba? Example, June to October 2026 ang coverage or period ng inyong study. Okay, and the significance of the study, the importance. Important to okay, that is correct, naka-paragraph format. Important sa parents, sa children, sa teachers, school administrators. Okay. Sa DepEd, pwede ba? Sa community. Pwede na to, DepEd, no? Policy makers, educational leaders. To the researchers and future. Perfect. Nakikinig ang group to. May future researchers na sila. And after that, let's go to the definition of terminology. So basically, yung mga construct or variables sa inyong title should be written here. Example, parents, parental involvement, learning engagement should also be here. Meron ba? Learning engagement. O, dagdag dito, learning engagement. And of course, this one, ang inyong DOT you'll have additional terminology as we progress. No? So, madagdagan inyong mga DOT. Mga words na gagamitin sa chapter 2, chapter 3. Idadagdag nyo na lang dito. And references. References, dapat sa gitna. Okay? Tapos walang space dito. Hindi sa triple space, no? Ang pagsulat ng references, double space, dire-diretso. Double space lahat. Kahit in between entries, double space, no? Hindi triple. And alphabetically arranged, so tama naman. Okay? So walang masyadong errors yung group number 2. So hindi ko na ito isa-save, no, kasi hindi naman naka-word. So hindi ko naman in-edit dito sa inyong manuscript. But just listen to the video. Okay, so this is group number 2. So let's go to the next group. I will stop sharing this one. The work of group number 4. So let us also critique or analyze, discuss yung kanilang work. Sige, so the title, Senior High School. Ito pwedeng pwedeng 1.5 lang to. Hindi masyadong malaki. Sorry, that is correct, inverted pyramid. Okay, that is 14. Mali. At 16 na ginawa niyo. Lalo mo sinabing 16, ha? The title should be 14. Paulit-ulit na ako. 14 ang font size ng title. Then the rest are 12. A research in education. Parcel fulfillment by Annalisa Continida, Samantha Barker, Noel Casaco, October 2026. Okay. So, I don't know if you have already revised this one, but for the sake of correction, the opening paragraph. This chapter discusses the introduction, background of the study. So kung anong laman ng in chapter 1, ilagay sa inyong opening paragraph. So itutuloy nyo to. This chapter discusses the introduction, background, the study, the object, the theoretical framework, the conceptual framework, the statement of the problem, objectives, scope and limitations, significance of the study, and the definition of terminology. Yun nakalagay sa inyong introductory paragraph before writing the introduction. Okay? So, ito na pala, meron na pala dito. Okay. So, ito ay this will be your opening paragraph. Meron na pala. So, ito yung nakalagay dito. Yung lahat na naman. Kasi your discuss, kasama dito yung word na introduction. So, dapat na daw sa ilalim, kasama siya di ba? So, ganon. This chapter discusses definition of terms. Pwedeng wala na yan. So yun lang, lahat ng grupo, ganun lang ang inyong opening paragraph. Then you write the introduction. So the introduction should be global, no? So ito na may global kasi ang inyong reference, foreign author. So global perspective. Study Wang Li. So ito ay local perspective. Pag ganitong citation, yung latest ang inyong gagamitin. So parang ganito yan in the study of Sanchez and Lozada as mentioned by Ashari and Dovita. Ganun ang kanyang citation. Kasi dito, ang citation dito, dalawa. So dito, ang nangyari dito, yung study ni Sanchez ay ginamit ni Ashari and Dovita sa kanilang study. So ang proper citation dito, in the study of Sanchez and Lozada as cited by Ashari and Dovita. So, ibigay ko yung tamang format. Now, don't forget, yung tamang format pag-cite ng ganun, ibigay ko sa inyo. Kalimutan. Okay, this is still sa introduction. This one is now local perspective or micro level dito. At sa yung background study, pag ganito guys, na ito yung huwag ibitin, lagyan na lang sa ilalim. Then, ito yung pwede magdagdag dito ng additional write-ups about the introduction para ma-fill out lang itong space na yan. Para pwedeng ibaba yung background of the study. In the background of the study, the first paragraph should be the history and background of the study, the background. In the second paragraph, the middle paragraph should be the problems, the issues, the significance of the study. Then the last paragraph should talk about the output or result of the study. So ito'y kulang pa na wala pa kayong output kasi hindi pa tapos yung study. Pag meron na kayong result or output, dito ilalagay yung result ng inyong study discussion based sa inyong chapter 5. Kasi dito self-determined pa lang, sabihin wala pa. So ito ipapalitan nyo, lahat ng grupo, ito ipapalitan nyo ng output, magtapos na tayo. Then the theoretical framework, you are using the self-determination theory, SDT by Edward Deci and Richard Ryan. So important ng theoretical framework, ito yung ginagamit nyo to anchor your study on this one. You discuss yung relation ng TF sa inyong study. Bakit nyo ginamit itong theory na to sa inyong study? So you should establish the connection. Then you have the diagram or the framework. Ito yung sinasabing title. The title of the figure ay sa taas na natin siya ilalagay. So, nandiyan na siya, no? Then, that is figure number 1. Second line is the title of the study. So, ito'y self-determination theory na lang lagay nyo. Purahin na yan. Tapos, the title should be italic. Ibang grupo now, you're also checking your work based sa aking critiquing ng group number 4. Okay, space. Basic psychological needs. So you have here lahat ng shape dito will be discussed. The example, a motivation to be discussed, extrinsic. You also discuss ano ibig sabihin ng arrow na to, non-determined and self-determined. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Kasi bawat shape sa isang diagram, mayroong isang gamit. So, ano ibig sabihin nito? An arrow right and arrow to the left. You also discuss this one, guys. So, autonomy box should be discussed. Relatedness. Intrinsic value. So, here you are not only mentioning or defining yung autonomy. You should establish anong connection ng autonomy sa inyong study. So, lahat ng boxes, no? And have proper spacing. Triple space. Before you write a subheading, ito masyadong dikit, di ba? Pangit tingnan eh. You maintain triple before writing a subheading. So, maganda na sang tingnan pag ganito. And you discuss, no? Anong mga relation ng mga boxes sa inyong study. And you have here the concept of framework. This should be indented. Okay? Ang theoretical framework is a theory, existing theory na ginamit ng mga ibang authors. No? While the conceptual framework should be your own concept of the study. Paano mo iti-treat yung mga variables mo. Yan laman ng inyong conceptual framework. And again, this one should be written above. the figure. The second line and italicized para the study. And you will now discuss bawat box. You discuss the input box, yung mga variables niya. You discuss the process, yung mga laman niya. Example, ito, you will mention lahat kayo, no? Itong laman ng process, laman ng input, i-mention ninyo sa inyong paragraph. Example, process, questionnaire, data collection, process paragraph. Nandyan ba yung process? Nandyan ba yung data interpretation and data evaluation sa inyong process? Wala nakalagay. Din sa inyong output box din, i-propose enhancement dito na ito'y dapat i-propose enhancement of instructional design. Yun ang dagdagan to ng word na enhancement. Kasi I know meron ng existing dyan na ginawa siguro ng DepEd. So, tutulong lang tayo for enhancement. Hindi tayo gagawa tutulong or mag-i-enhance lang tayo, proposed. Kasi masyadong mayabang pag pag tayong gagawa. Enhancing lang, proposal. That is the laman, no? Lagyan ng word na enhancement. Okay, so and your objectives of the study, so pwedeng magdagdag dito, di ba? The statement of the problem. Of your study. So basically, kung anong laman ng inyong objective should also be your statement of the problems. No? Sample. Your first objective is the demographic profile. So, ilipat mo lang to doon sa taas. Okay, the study will seek to answer the following. Seek to know the problems, to know the problems perceived by the senior. You edit, of course, you can edit this one. By the senior high school students to specific English oral test and their relationship. Specifically, teams to answer the following questions. Yan. So, edit lahat ng grupo, ha? Yung aking ginagawa dito. So, since this one is the SOP, this will become a question pronoun. What are the demographic profiles of the respondents in terms of the following? So, if you have how many objectives? We have 7 objectives. You have 7 SOP. Okay, so therefore your number 7, ilang ba objectives ninyo? You have 6 objectives. You have 6 objectives. So this one will become your SOP number 7. Okay. So this is number 7. Your 7th objective. So of course you will change this into a question. So how are you going to utilize the result the result of the study. In proposing an enhanced instructional design framework. So JIVE, no? 7 objectives, 7 SOP. Okay, so dito sa inyong ba't tatlo lang dito ang inyong kwan? You have here 3 indicators. Diba sabi ko, mga indicators nyo dito, mga 8 to 9 indicators, sa dagdagan to, no? Kulang yan eh. Hanggang 2.8. Okay, dagdagan. Tapos ito, baliktad, no? Kasi baka malito yung mga respondents ninyo. Di ba 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Baka akala nyo ito yung number, ito yung 5. Ito yung 1. So, unahin palagi yung positive. So, this one becomes always. Ito yung never. This is often. Ito yung rarely. Right? Then, wala kayong rating. Diba ito yung 5? Kasi 5 point eh. Ito yung 4. Yung 3. 2. Okay, so ganun. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Guys, then meron kayo ditong meron kayong ditong inferential statistic. So dito yung magko-consult kayo sa isang statistician. Kasi ito'y person R, hindi lang to frequency, this is person R correlation. Meron isang formula na gagamitin. So pag ginawa niyo to, you should consult a statistician o ipapagawa sa statistician relationship ng dalawang variables. Okay? Person R correlation, tawag natin dyan. Then dapat meron kayo dapat na qualitative question. Parang yung research design ng lahat ay quali-quanti, mixed method. Pag sinabing qualitative question, walang choices. Yung respondents ang magbibigay ng sagot. Qualitative question. Okay, so example, yung qualitative question, what are the recommendations of the respondents on yung motivation? The learning motivation. Sample lang to Of course, you can base your qualitative question sa inyong study. But for example, question is, what are the recommendations of the respondents on motivation? Refer to the title Refer to the title. Pag kulay pula, i-edit, buburahin nyo yan, Nilagay ko lang as note o reminder sa inyo. So, meron ka ng qualitative. Walang choices. Iba dito sa inyo, meron kayong marami kayong mga dito, mga indicator kasi mga 9 lang kasi ang dami na sobra nito. Mga 8 or 9 indicators. 9. Eh ba't dito? Ang indicator dito, 2 lang, 3 lang. Dagdagan. Para consistent kayo. Okay, that is yours. So you have 7 objectives. So you have 7 SOP. Mas ang last of SOP is your output. Okay, iwan natin yung objectives and SOP. So let's go to the next one. The scope and limitation of your study. Okay, so anong lugar sa Quezon City? Selected high school. Ilang high school? 3? Saan yung 3 schools na yon? This one should be indented. 150 respondents. Sa lahat. No? Yung 150, hindi siya, it does not mean na 50 isang school, 50 isang school. Ha? Hindi sa 50-50-50. Kasi yung respondents, depende sa size ng school. Siyempre, pag malaki yung school, 70 sa kanya. Yung isa ay 40. So, proportion. Depende sa dami ng population ng isang school, yung inyong respondents. Hindi sa 50-50-50 ha. So, pwede isang 70, 60, 40, ganon. Baka ma-check ng panel. But ang respondents pare-parehong 50-50. Yung school na isa ay mas malaki. So, ipoproportion ninyo yung dami ng respondents based sa population ng school. Okay, so this one is just indented, di ba? And significance of the study, who will benefit from your study? The students, ang tawag sa kanya students, pupils, learners, school administrators, department head. Check nyo guys, sa department heads ba ang tawag sa mga pag sa DepEd? The teachers, curriculum developers, government. Be specific here, no? Ano yung specific agency? Example, pag college level, CHED. Pag basic ed, o specifically, DepEd. Then researcher and the future researchers. Ayan, tama. Meron silang future researchers, no? The definition terminology. So basically lahat ng words or phrases sa inyong title should be included. Example, senior high school. English oral task, define. Learning motivation should be defined, no? Tingnan natin sa kanilang DOT kung naka-defined. Okay, so DOT. Academic strand, defined, motivation, basic psychological, competence, demographic, English oral task, extrinsic motivation, frequency, gender, tapos, ano pang sabi kanina isa? Learning motivation, is included. Continuum perception, role play, alphabetically arranged naman sila, no? Okay, then itong mga DOT ninyo, madadagdagan pa to, guys, no? Habang we are progressing sa successive chapters, mga words na gagamitin ninyo, sample, chapter 2, chapter 3, idadagdag nyo lang dito. So, work in progress ang inyong DOT. Madadagdagan pa. Sisingit nyo lang, no? Sa inyong references, the references word should be at the middle. Then, tanggalin na yung word na foreign. Hindi na natin sineseparate kung foreign or local literature. thematic approach tayo, no? Ginagamit natin. Ito ay kulay blue. Pero pag nag-print naman kayo, kulay black na rin to. So tama tong kanilang ginawang references, hanging indentation, tapos double space throughout the references. Even between entries, double space pa rin. So exactly ganito. Double space lahat, dire-diretso. Walang in-between na space. And you just remove this one, local. Okay, so ito, therefore, wala tayong separation between foreign and local. So, ito ay mapupunta na doon sa unahan. Kala. Okay. So, alphabetize lang ulit itong mga references ninyo. Okay, so wala na. That is 87. Okay, so that is the end of my annotation for the work of groups group 2 and group 4. So with it one, I would like to subscribe naman sa aking munting channel. And thank you guys.